Buddy, how you going, guys? It's Elias from BBQs and Outdoor in South Morang, and today we're going to make the Turkish Adana. You probably see them very commonly at your kebab shops. They're normally cooked over coals, but today we're going to give it a crack on our family queue, and we're going to get started. So it's a very easy process. As you can see, lots of color, lots of vegetables, lots of spices that go in it, and we're going to be using lamb mince today. So it's going to be a nice, tasty treat. And we're going to finish it off with some Mr. Pita pitas. We're going to start off by dicing roughly half a cup of parsley. We also want to finely chop half a capsicum and half an onion. So we've got a kilo of lamb mince. So we want to just dump that into the bowl. 2.5 teaspoons of salt. Then we're going with the chili flakes, which is 3 teaspoons, even 2, depending on sort of how spicy you like your food to be. Two tablespoons smoked paprika. And we're looking at our pepper. So look, that's normally 2 teaspoons, but we'll just grind away and go by eye. That's all right, I reckon. All right, and then we've got the sumac. So we just want to go half a teaspoon of sumac, which is a lovely Middle Eastern spice. And then our garlic. Oop. There we go. So that is 2 teaspoons of garlic as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to throw in our onion, parsley, and capsicum. We're just going to give it all a really, really nice mix, just to get all those flavors binded in there. What we want to do is we want to get ourselves some nice flat skewers. As you can see, we've got our Weber ones here. And we want to wet our hands just a little bit. You need just a little bit of moisture when you want to form the Adana. What we want to do is we want to roll it up as if we're making little meatballs. Now, you can do this with gloves. At the end of the day, it is a lot easier with your hands, just purely on the fact that you have a little bit more control than the glove. And what you want to do is you want to use your palm and your thumb just to flatten it out and get a nice, consistently thin, long Adana. What we want to do is we want to just baste them with a little bit of olive oil so they don't get stuck to the grill. So obviously just get yourself, we've got a nice big Weber basting brush here. You just give it a nice little baste with a bit of olive oil, and that's going to add a bit of flavor as well. And that sort of ties into that whole Middle Eastern flavors that we're going with today. Because obviously, yeah, there's lots of olive trees out that way. Our family queue has preheated, and now we're ready to just pop our skewers on there. Now just keep in mind, these are metal skewers, so when removing them, after they're nice and cooked, we're going to have to use some gloves because it is going to be very, very hot. Now let's get that lid down and let Weber do its thing. Alrighty, now just add a bit of colour and some veggies to our barbecue. We just want to skewer a few capsicums, peppers, just a few tomatoes. They'll come up nice and small. I've got the Roma tomatoes. They're actually from the family garden. So they should be nice and tasty once they've got a bit of a char on them. Now let's check in on those Adanas that have been cooking away for a couple minutes, and we'll pop our veggies on. Okay, pop our veggies on, they're cooking nice. Lid back down, and we'll leave them there for a couple more minutes and they'll be ready to serve. Now, we're going to use our pitas from Mr. Pita. Mr. Pita's locally sourced, so he's just down in Thomastown in Strong Avenue. So what we want to do with these, nice and simple, just to give them a bit of flavour, is oil them up. This will just mean they've got a little bit of flavour and they're not going to burn. And we're going to use Greenwood barbecue. It's tree bark. This is delicious on lamb. but even better on just some pita. And we're just gonna pop some on there. You can go as liberal or as you like. And then they will be literally ready to go on the barbie once our food's off. Our Adana should be ready. What we want to do is take them off. It will be nice and cooked, and you can see they're still nice and juicy. Now, what we'll do is we'll pop them to the side once they are off. And we'll just move our veggies and give them a flip just to make sure that both sides are nice and cooked. What we want to do is just pop on our pitas, which are just over here. Give them a nice, these will not need long at all. Our pitas should be done, they don't need too long. We want to just take them off. And as you can see, that oil and those herbs just come up absolutely beautiful. So we're going to cut our pitas up for serving. I'm using the Tramontina brisket knife. These are... Alrighty, so silly me, left the tzatziki at home. So we're going with the Old Bones Chili and Co jalapeno, garlic and pepper sauce. That is the closest that we could find. Australian made, stocked in our South Meringue store. So let's see how all this has come out. Very simple, just break a bit of the Adana, pop it in the pita, pop in some cherry tomatoes, and delicious.